Good evening, friends, and this is Brijesh Dalmia from Masterstroke, and welcome to this episode of Masterstroke, where we will talk about how to improve your personality and brand. It's a very important topic today, and I keep doing these programs on the basis of the feedback I receive from you. आप लोग मुझे बताते रहते हैं किस तरह के programs करने हैं, मैं उसकी ideas के हिसाब से presentation बना करके आपके सामने पेश करता हूँ। और I hope आज का प्रोग्राम भी आपको काफी पसंद आएगा। मैंने काफी सोच समझ करके इस प्रोग्राम को बनाया है। Let's start. How to develop personality and brand. This is very important. मेरे ख्याल से पर्सनालिटी और ब्रांड का बहुत बड़ा पावर है और आज हम लोग समझने की कोशिश करेंगे एज अ म्यूचुअल फंड डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर आप अपना ब्रांड कैसे बना सकते हैं। Okay, before I start, can I have some idea from you in the chat box? Can you write what do you consider brand in the mutual fund distribution business? Give me names of some companies and mutual fund distributors who you think are a brand. Come on, give me names quickly. Some names in the mutual fund industry जो immediately आपके दिमाग में आते हैं कि ये एक ब्रांड है। एटिका, दत्ता राय सिंह, एटिका, गजेंद्र कोठारी, बिग ब्रांड। Profit Books, Amit Bivalkar, Sapient, Trust, Knowledge, Brijesh Dalmia, I'm honored, but some other names. Amit Bivalkar, HDFC, Masterstroke, BD. Now BD is also a brand. Thank you so much. Jinesh Gopani, NJ. Now you see NJ is a brand. आप कह रहे हैं मुझे, बता रहे हैं. Nike, Nike Wealth, Nilesh Shah. Nilesh Shah is a big brand. Brand एक दिन में नहीं बनता. Wonderful names. Padma is saying myself, fantastic. Siva Financial Planners. Sankar Naren, Mani Bhai, Krishan Sharma, brilliant. Krishan Sharma is a brand in itself. Mire Asset, Sadasif Pene, Sarup Mohanty, brilliant. Nilesh Surana, Prashant Jain, brilliant. Ramdev Agarwal. Now, Happiness Factory, Bhavesh is saying, fantastic. Samir Desai, Money Care. तो आपके दिमाग में आ रहा है ना कि ये ब्रांड है, तो आपको भी वो ब्रांड बना। संजय खत्री अपने आप में एक इंस्टीट्यूशन है। संजय भाई, नरेन आईसीआईसीआई, मिस्टर बॉन्ड, झुंझुनवाला, जिगर पारेख, फैंटास्टिक नेम्स, सबने अपने आप को ब्रांड बनाया है। और जब आपका एक ब्रांड बन जाता है तो बहुत बड़ा पावर आपको मिलता है, लोग आपको फॉलो करते हैं और आपको अच्छा काम करने का एनकरेजमेंट भी मिलता है और दूसरे की लाइफ को चेंज करने का भी मौका मिलता है। मार्सेलस, सौरभ मुखर्जी, कनक जैन, हितेश माली, ब्रिलियंट। सो आप भी ऐसा सोचते होंगे कि मेरा ब्रांड कैसे बने, हाउ कैन आई डेवलप माई ओन ब्रांड, and I will give you some good ideas. And now almost 400 people have joined this webinar today. Thank you so much. Now, what is a brand? What is a brand? A brand is something people relate with. Okay, something people relate themselves with. जैसे Louis Vuitton, जैसे बाटा, जैसे किसी रेस्टोरेंट में आप जाते हैं तो आपको लगता है कि ये रेस्टोरेंट मेरे लिए है, आई लाइक दिस ब्रांड। जैसे H&M, जैसे Soccer Stop, these are all brand. You want to buy products from these institutions. For example, अमिताभ बच्चन, उनकी मूवी आती है तो आप रिलेट करते हैं। अक्षय कुमार, उनकी मूवी आती है तो आप रिलेट करते हैं कि हाँ, ये बंदा मेरे जैसे बात करता है। Something people relate themselves with. Something, someone they want to become, उसको ब्रांड कहते हैं। Please do give your opinions on the chat box about your thought process. Something they want to achieve, something they want to achieve, and something that inspires people. Okay, so this is what is a brand. What are the advantage of a brand? ब्रांड बनने से उसका फायदा क्या मिलता है? सबसे बड़ा फायदा मिलता है कस्टमर लॉयल्टी। People who are your customers, people who deal with you, they are loyal to you. This is the power of brand. In the morning, I was talking about an AMC जिसकी परफॉर्मेंस थोड़ी कम और ज्यादा है अभी, मगर फिर भी AUM नहीं गिरा उनका। AUM अभी भी इंडिया में one of the largest है। Why? Because they are a brand. People relate with them. They are loyal to the brand. They want to give more time to the brand to perform. This is called loyalty, brand loyalty. बहुत बड़ा power होता है brand loyalty. And when you have the power of a brand, you have the power of pricing. आपके पास pricing power आती है, right? This is the power of a brand. Now, how can you build a brand? And I will give you around 15 suggestions, one line suggestions, and I will talk about 1-2 lines about that, and then that's it. The first point of creating a brand is to maintain your quality. हमें खुद पता चल जाता है कि हमारी क्वालिटी अच्छी है या खराब है. दुनिया को बताने की जरूरत नहीं होती है. हमें खुद मालूम होता है कि हम अच्छी क्वालिटी बेच रहे हैं या खराब क्वालिटी बेच रहे हैं. You have to maintain good quality. You know, in world के जो largest और बड़े अच्छे brands होते हैं, वो seconds में अपना product नहीं बेचते हैं. अगर उनकी कोई प्रोडक्ट की क्वालिटी खराब हो जाती है तो वो उसे जला देते हैं, फेंक देते हैं, मगर उस कमजोर क्वालिटी को मार्केट में सस्ते दामों में नहीं बेचते, क्योंकि अगर कस्टमर को उसकी क्वालिटी कमजोर मिलती है, कोई भी यूज करे तो ब्रांड खराब होता है. सो वो क्वालिटी मेंटेन करना चाहते हैं. स्पीक लेस. बहुत सारे मेरे आइडियाज जो मैं आज आपको देने वाला हूं वो म्यूचुअल फंड डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन बिजनेस से स्पेसिफिक आइडियाज है, और एज एन इंडिविजुअल ये आइडियाज है कि एज एन इंडिविजुअल आप अपना ब्रांड कैसे बना सकते हैं. तो वन ऑफ द आइडियाज इज कम बोलना चाहिए. स्पीक लेस. And I will not talk anything more than this. If you think you speak more, you should cut down on your speaking. Related to talking, there is one more idea. आप जो भी बात करते हैं किसी के सामने, क्लाइंट के सामने या एएमसी के सामने, तो कोई भी लूज टॉक नहीं होनी चाहिए. किसी की मजाक नहीं उड़ाना चाहिए आपको, जो अच्छी बात नहीं है. हंसी मजाक चलता है, लेकिन आपको लूज टॉक नहीं करना है. बी अ वेरी मैच्योर्ड टॉकर. Another point about talking, how you build a brand. You should not do any negative talk. No negative talk. Don't talk negative about your competitor, about any AMC, about any person, about any banker. Always talk positive. Talk about yourself, that what you can do right, but don't talk about what others are doing wrong. And this creates a brand. Okay. Now in politics, this is completely ulta, opposite. They talk negative about others and create their own brand. But you are not politicians. You are a straight good person doing your own simple business. And so you should not do any negative talk. Be humble. Practice humility. Another very powerful idea of creating your brand. Now think about Narayan Murthy, right? He's such a humble person and he is a big brand, very big brand. Think about President Abdul APJ Kalam. He was so humble and he's such a powerful brand. Practice humility. This will create a big brand. I don't have much to talk about and I will keep this presentation very simple. जिनको मेरा मैसेज मिला अच्छी बात है, जो मेरा मैसेज नहीं पढ़ पाते हैं अच्छी बात है. You have to figure out what is important for you and how you relate this presentation. Ratan Tata is a very brilliant example of humility. Bajaj is a very good example. Birlas are very good example. Tatas are very good example of industrial houses who are very humble. You know, they do a lot for the society. They never talk about themselves. Ajim Premji, Wipro is a very good institution, which I can relate with. Never inflate numbers. When you inflate your numbers, sooner or later people find out and they stop trusting you and your brand will go for a toss. For example, if your AUM is 25 crores, say 25 crores, don't say 26 crores. Don't say 35 crores to win hearts of the people or become a brand, which you are not. right? So always give good numbers, correct numbers. Don't overestimate the numbers when you give presentations to the client. If you expect 15% return, quote 12%. If you expect 6%, quote 5.5%. That way, over a period of time, शुरुआत में दिक्कत होगी आपको, but over a period of time, your clients will start believing in you, right? For example, suppose you are a car salesperson and you are selling Honda City car, and some other salesperson in the city is also selling Honda City car. Now, as a client, when you visit a client, you say that Honda City will give you 10 kilometers per liter mileage. The other salesperson is saying 14 kilometers per liter. And the client is telling you, if I buy from you, I will get 10. And if I buy from him, I will get 14. Why should I buy from you? And so you will tell him that, you are selling a car. The car is not dependent upon whom you are buying from. It will give you the same mileage. But I'm quoting you a pessimistic or a conservative estimate. And if you get more, you will be happy. So you should not base your decision on 14 kilometer, but 10 kilometer, because you will get what you will get. And the client will be happy and they will buy from you because they realize that the car will give whatever it has to give. And this is a very important point which I'm going to talk to you about now. Don't talk about yourself unless asked. Okay? Don't talk about yourself unless asked. हमें बहुत इच्छा होती है कि हम अपनी बातें दूसरे को बताएं, हम ये बताएं हमने क्या अच्छा किया, हम कितनी अच्छी एडवाइस देते हैं, हमारे कितनी एसआईपी चलती है, हमारा कितना एएम हो गया, हम कितने फास्ट ग्रो करते हैं, हाउ क्विकली आई एम एबल टू चर्न द पोर्टफोलियो, आई सोल्ड एट द राइट टाइम, आई बॉट एट द राइट टाइम, आई डू दिस, आई डू दैट, एंड ऑल दोस स्टफ वी टॉक टू एएमसीज एंड आवर फेलो mutual fund distributors. We want to have our collars high when we talk to people around us. I think this dilutes your brand. You should not talk about your brand. You should not introduce about yourself unless somebody is interested to know about yourself. I will give you one example. 2 weeks ago, I was talking to someone in the industry who is highly qualified, very well known in the industry. And I wanted to invite this person at Masterstroke. And I already knew who this person is all about. And then when I spoke to him, I will not disclose his identity ever, simply because I want to protect his identity. But as an example I am giving you, he started introducing himself for 10 minutes that, Brijesh, I am so good in what I do. I never invited him at Masterstroke, because he was talking too much without me asking about himself. So unless somebody is interested in you, don't talk about yourself. Always ask about the other person. अगर आप, और ये बहुत मुश्किल है, it is very, very difficult to do this. Very difficult to do this. Most of us have a habit that हम अपने बारे में दुनिया को बताना चाहते हैं. Stop that. This is very powerful. If you want to create your brand, do something beyond mutual fund distribution business. For example, play a game. I play chess, for that matter. I play chess a lot. Recently, I have developed this hobby. Before that, I was, so I also have a habit of reading. So you decide what hobby you want to have other than your profession. It could be daily morning walk. It could be some social work. It could be reading. It could be, taking classes for underprivileged people. It could be anything, any hobby that you have, which over a period of time, singing is a good, photography is good. Now try to understand. If you have a hobby of photography and you in a subtle way position yourself in the eyes of people that you like dancing, singing, and photography, people will feel you are a different person. You are doing something more than work. And if you develop an expertise in that hobby, people will want to become like you. And when people like to become like you, you become a brand. Right? So develop a hobby. Mutual fund distribution business should not be the end of your life. You should not start mutual fund and end mutual fund every day. You should give half an hour, 1 hour to some of your hobby. Maybe watching one documentary on Netflix every single day could be a hobby, and you will learn so much from that. And over a period of time, you can tell other people in a subtle manner that I watched this documentary and this is good. And you can have your own website where you publish your reviews, or on the Facebook you can share that you can watch this documentary, and after 1 year people will look forward to your feedback or your recommendations. And for this you need to have a hobby. It is very, very powerful. Meditation, powerful. If you have a hobby of doing meditation, which most people are not able to do, and when most people are not able to do something and you are doing something, people relate with you, you become a brand, and people listen to you. People think that you are someone better, and that creates a brand. Again, enhance your knowledge. Read in the subject that you are working on, your professional expertise. You should know everything about the business that you are doing. I will give you an example. Elon Musk, I have read extensively about Elon Musk. And he went to Russia to buy a rocket. And the price of the rocket was quoted very high. And then he decided not to buy. And then he read many books on rocket, and he started preparing rockets on his own at 1/10 the price. And he knows everything about rocket. This is what the power of knowledge is. And people who have known Elon Musk early in life in 1995, 1999, say that he used to read one book a day. He is so learned. He knows so much because these people are reading so much. So it is not only about reading. You should also find anything that enhances your knowledge, like you're attending master stroke sessions, you are attending Jigar Parekh, Mr. Bond, or AMC's training programs, and that is enhancing your knowledge. A few more points. Deliver more than you commit. So don't commit much, and whatever you commit, you deliver more. So over a period of time, after 5 years, after 10 years, people will relate with you that whatever you are saying will be accomplished, because people have seen that. All right? Deliver more than you commit. This is very critical. Be punctual. If you are called at 2 p.m. for a meeting, be there at 1:55. Any meeting, any AMC meeting, you have a right not to go there. You have a right not to visit any place, but try to be punctual. And if you are important, and you should not have anyone waiting for you ever. That is one rule you should have. How do you feel when you go to a lawyer or a doctor or anybody else and you have to wait for 2 hours? How do you like it? Do you like it? Do you have respect for that person? Yes, you have respect for that person in terms of his professional expertise, but not as a human being. Some doctors may be late sometime because they are into an emergency, doing surgeries, fully respected, agreed. But if the same doctor is not punctual every single day and you have to wait for his appointment and visiting him for 2 hours every day, there's something wrong with the attitude of that person. And you hate that attitude. So you should make a promise to yourself that you will never be late for meetings. You will never be late when people are waiting for you. You should be there on time. And your clients and companies should have a feeling that you are punctual. Now you see masterstroke. And as I speak, this is unbelievable. There are 475 people right now, and I'm already at the verge of finishing the presentation. Many people are late, but most people have joined early because they know that Brijesh will start at 5 o'clock sharp. And at 5 o'clock, there are 300 people already joining in. How many webinars you attend where right on dot, there are 300 people joining the webinar? Because they know if they come at 5:10, they will miss it. This is the power of being punctual. So Masterstroke has created a brand that we will be punctual. And this is very, very powerful. Use good stationery and accessories. Don't use used envelopes or stationery. Have a good business card. use good accessories. And my next point is also related to this, is that always dress neatly. When you go to social functions, you can be casual, no problem with that, but dress neatly. Don't overdo yourself. Don't try to show off. It should be very elegant. And for example, Roger Federer. Have you seen the elegance of Roger Federer? Have you seen the elegance of Bill Gates? And there are so many, pictures which come of Bill Gates and some other personalities, that this picture is worth so many $1 billion, and they're not wearing Gucci's of the world, or the Louis Vuittons of the world, or the or any stuff like that. They're not showing up. They're very, very neat, clean, easy. You should plan like that. It adds to your brand. Manage social media well. Don't clutter your social media with everything. Don't have a view on everything. Your social media page, if I go to your social media page, Instagram or Facebook, without meeting you, I can know who you are by what you are sharing or writing on the social media. And then and there, I will decide I want to connect with you or not. This is so powerful. So you should keep your social media very neat and clean and very straight. Even people who are not meeting you will go to your LinkedIn profile and your Facebook profile and Instagram. So you should not share something which is not in good taste. Of course, you have a right to share what you want, and you have to have a right of speech. But then again, it should be very neat and clean. And you should not share something every single day just because you want more people to like your post and stuff like that. And I give you one more idea. Stop looking at how many people are liking your post, if you have a habit of looking into that, because that habit will give you stress. It means that you are sharing on social media because you want attention of people. It is not because of the content. If you have a good content, people will come on your wall, and most people do not like. So it's perfectly all right. It doesn't mean that you don't have a crowd. I will take some of your questions which are coming on the chat box after I end my presentation, like stationery, like other stuff. Choose your groups wisely. On WhatsApp or friend group or society or social group or clubs where you go, choose your groups very wisely. You are known by people you connect with. So if I don't relate with a group and you are a part of that group, I will judge you differently. This is what people do. And if you are in various WhatsApp groups, you should not be on too many WhatsApp groups simply because you want to be present everywhere. And even if you are, there is no need to read every message, and there is no need to reply to every message. There is absolutely no need. It is very tough to absorb, but I will tell you something. Most people reply on WhatsApp because they want attention of other people. And then they will click on who has seen their messages and who has read their messages, how quickly. This habit is nothing more but to make yourself prominent, an identity crisis kind of thing, that you have a view. You don't have to give your view unless it is very important, unless you have been specifically asked to give your view. There's no point giving birthday and anniversary wishes on a group. Nobody cares. For example, if somebody wishes me happy birthday in a group, I probably see that in the night. I don't even respond to that. I don't even connect with that because it is not personal. Absolutely. You are average of 4 people with whom you spend your maximum time. Absolutely. And the last 2 slides I want to say is that be very careful about your brand. Be very careful about your brand. I will give you an example of a few 5-star hotels in Calcutta. I'm a frequent visitor there. I'm a member there, JW Marriott, ITC, and Hyatt. All these are very close to my house, and I've taken membership, and I often go with my friends, family, and have a lot of meetings there over a cup of coffee. I get good discounts, good atmosphere. And you know what happens? What is good about this brand? If I get a cup of coffee and I don't like the taste of coffee, and I call the person, he immediately replaces it, no questions asked. If I order a drink, I don't a mocktail kind of thing. And if there's something missing, and if I complain that no, I don't like the taste, they simply replace the drink. The drink is worth $600, but they don't question you that it will cost you. No, they simply replace the drink. It's not about the cost, it's about the prevention of the brand, and that is what I like, and so I go there. I get a mocktail at 300 elsewhere, and I pay 600 rupees in a five-star hotel because I like that brand. I like that convenience, the feel of that brand, that they're serving me well. If I want something extra, sometimes they don't charge me for that. And I love this. Small brands never do this. So be careful about your brand. So you should be so careful that nobody should speak negative about your brand. You should be absolutely cautious about this, because there is a research which says if if 10 people are happy about your services, one will talk about it to other people. And if 10 people are unhappy about your services, they will talk to 1,000 people about it. This is this is this is not good for you. So you should be very careful about negative marketing. So nobody should talk about you negatively. And last but not the least, you are your own brand as an individual. People look at you, and you should have an identity which people will like to become. So you like to become like Narayan Murthy, you like to become like Amitabh Bachchan, you like to become like Sachin Tendulkar, or Nandan Nilekani, or Ratan Tata, or Kumar Mangalam Birla, or APJ Kalam, or Narendra Modi, or for that matter, anyone. In the same way, you have to protect your identity and brand in such a manner that other people around you want to become like you. Are you ready for that? Can you do that? That is the question. And with this, I will close my presentation. I took more than usual. I took 20 minutes to do this. Maintain quality, speak less, no loose talk, no negative talk, never inflate numbers, be humble, practice humility, don't talk about yourself unless asked for, enhance your knowledge, have a hobby, deliver more than you commit, be punctual, use good stationery and accessories, dress neatly, manage social media well, choose your groups wisely. You are your own brand. And with that, I will say thank you to you for attending this presentation. And if you have any question, I will take that now. And before that, I will, as always I do,